Hey, welcome back to Milmo Wood from the beautiful North Wales. Today I'm going to replace the fascia on the front of my garage, my prefabricated garage. It's part of the series of videos where I'm improving my garage and making it into a usable workshop. The garage was quite ramshackled when I moved back into this property, and I'm slowly but surely bringing it back to life. Great for you to tag along and watch till the end. It's only going to be a quick video, this one, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas and maybe inspiration for improving your garage or workshop. Well, as you can see here, all the fascia's rotted and come off. There's a big gap in the fascia. It's all a bit tired, needs tidying up. So I'm going to remove all these fascias here, replace some battens, replace the fascia, and smarten the front end up. I've still got the sides to do and the back, but today I'm just going to do the front. Well, first things first, the fun part. Let's get rid of all this. Got a claw hammer, just try and pull it off. First half done, let's get the other side sorted. I'm not sure what's been going on here, there's loads of screws in here. But as suspected, the battens are completely rotten, so battens need to come off as well. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but the security light that I fitted actually goes through this lower batten. I could remove the security light, but I'm going to fit a smaller batten and just save the hassle. I'm just going to notch this out with a chisel. Well, that's the battens off. Unfortunately the beam's a bit rotten in places. I'll have a poke about, just see how bad it is. I don't really want to have to replace that at the moment, but if it's too bad then we definitely will need to. And then I just need to brush and tidy up and see what we can do. Well, I've had a look at the rot. There is a problem, but I don't think I need to go through removing a major piece of timber and all the work that's involved in that at the moment. I think I've got a different option. I've actually purchased some wood hardener, which is for wet rot wood hardener. I'll take the loose wood off and apply the hardener, let that go off and see where we go. So there's a bit of clean up first, and then I'll apply this. I've also noticed there's some holes which could be woodworm. I'm not 100% certain it is. I got some woodworm treatment. I'll just put that on. There's only one or two little holes, so again I'm not concerned about removing the whole piece of timber. It's actually only this very top surface area that's gone, so that's fine. The wood hardener will do a cracking job on this. Now for the woodworm killer. I've given the can a good shake. Let's get some liberal amounts of liquid in. The holes are only in one place on the wood, but I'll treat it all. I've given the woodworm treatment time to dry. I'm now going to put the hardener on, but the hardener will only go in the areas where I can see visible rot. This is pretty potent stuff. I can smell it from here and I'm outside. Use this inside, be careful. There is a warning on there. There's also a warning about using gloves, so I better go and get some gloves. Well, that's the hardener I applied. It's incredibly sticky on the gloves, so definitely wear your protective gear as advised. I think that'll do an amazing job. And when I've been up there and really had a close look, brushing in and etc., I think the wood's more than adequate for what we need. With this additional protection on there, I think we've got many years yet to come. So there's a 2-hour drying time. I'm going to leave that now. I'm going to clean my brush in white spirit, and I'll come back to it later and put the battens on. Well, the hardener's been up for a few hours now, so I'm just going to check whether the light's in the centre, stick some battens up and start cladding the fascia. The light's slightly off centre, but it won't really matter. Should be able to work around the cable. Now to cut some battens. Well, I've got some 50mm nails, and all there is for it is to nail these battens back up. I need to cut a recess in for the cable again. Let's get cutting on that. Battens up, dead simple, really pleased. Need to cut some 4x1 now, enough to go across the whole fascia. I just need to cut these 9 inches it is, I forget what that is in centimetres. I kind of work in metric and imperial at times. So let's get these cut. I'm just cutting these few for now. I'm going to start from the centre and work out. So I'll set the first few in place, make sure we're okay, and then I'll carry on cutting the rest. Now I'm not sure if you can see, I've measured the halfway mark. So the cable's actually offset to the halfway mark. So I've got an idea to get around that. I do want the light in the centre, so I will be moving it, but not re-drilling a hole. So I'm going to put the first piece in against the halfway mark, and then we'll figure the lights out. So I'm actually using ring nails. I don't know if you can see, got little ridges on them to make them stay more secure. So let's get the first piece up. I don't need to use a right angle square or anything. I'm just going to level it up with the base of the batten that we've put in. Now where the light is, that isn't centre, this is the centre line here, and I need to put another panel there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to notch out a bit of wood for the wire, and then instead of nailing this one in place, I'm going to screw it in place, so when, which is inevitable that I need to change the security light, I can just unscrew that and take the cable back out of the garage and fit the new light. So I've cut the notch and I've preloaded the screws into the wood. I just need to put it in place now. Fingers crossed. Now to secure the security light back up. Well, I'm pleased with the fascia. It's on and complete. And now we just need to put a capping piece on the top. Well, hopefully this shot is working. I thought I'd bring you up onto the roof and show you the roof. So I need to put the capping piece on, which will extend past the actual roof parts themselves, because there's a little gap here, which is probably where the rock came from. So I've picked one of the better battens I've got. I'm not going to cut it to length until it's on, I'm thinking. Let's see how we get on. I've got the starting nail in. I'll put the odd nail in, because it's slightly curved, just push it into shape, and then I'll come back and put the full amount of nails in. Won't need too many, but got to have enough. Bend it into the right shape and put the rest in. What I didn't see is there's a small split in the batten here. I think it's only on the face, but I'll stick a couple of extra nails in here. Now to trim the end off. Again, I'm just going to make it slightly wider, and that's to allow for the fascia on the side. Job done. Excellent. It will need staining, or I want to stain it, should I say. I won't do that until I've done the whole fascia right around the garage. That's the fascia complete. I'm really pleased with it. Would I do anything different? I'm not so sure really. It's worked out okay. Be good when it's all painted up and matches the rest of the garage. Now I put these temporary battens on that were missing when I first moved into the house last year. Got this big gap in the middle so the weather gets through. I'm just going to replace this batten now with some roofing batten like the same that I used on the fascia board. So this batten makes sure that the garage doesn't extend too far. So I always make sure that the garage is locked in position before I put one of these battens on. I was just getting ready to fit the batten and the door kept slipping off and it wasn't secure. These receivers were far too high on the frame, so I've moved them down about 1 centimetre and now we get this securely fixing into there. So I'll go and check the outside again and fit the batten. So when I fit these, I always make sure that the door's locked in place, because as you can see, when it isn't, the door kind of overextends. We've got the handle which turns, and in turn with that moves bars up, which go into the receivers that were just shown beyond there. So if I do that now, that should be locked in place and secure. And you can see that the door is actually further back than it was before. So now I can fit the batten in place, knowing that the door can shut correctly. I've just started a couple of nails off to make it easier to get it in place initially. Now I'm going to leave them slightly proud so that they're just in and holding, and I'll try the garage door, make sure it shuts properly. Perfect. I'll put the final nails in now. Job done. Excellent. I'm really pleased with that. I've put it off for a long time, for a year, and now it's done. Just got to do the other 3 sides. Hope you enjoyed the video. If it was useful for you, consider liking, subscribing to my channel. Only a small channel. It'd be great if you subscribed and followed the journey. Share it with your friends. Hit that bell so you see when I do release videos. I'm trying to get into a weekly release of videos. But unfortunately, life just isn't allowing that at the moment. But I'm trying to do it relatively frequently and hopefully weekly. Catch you soon, guys. Catch you on the next one.